Hey guys, this isn't my normal intro, but I wanted to drop this here and let you know today I'm posting a Patreon episode. That's right, I have a Patreon, patreon.com/Real Housewives Recaps. I deep dive episodes, mostly Sex in the City stuff over there, so check that out. I just added a new tier I'm very excited about, where you can become an executive producer. That's right. Take a look, check it out, and you may have your name or username or YouTube channel or Twitter, whatever you want read in a video coming soon. So definitely check out that and enjoy this episode of Sex in the City. Thanks so much. Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. Today we're talking Sex in the City, Season 1, Episode 12, O Come, O Ye Faithful. You guys, this is the last episode of Season 1, and I, for one, am so excited to get into Season 2. If you remember, that's when the ratings really jumped up and more people jumped on the show, and I felt like the writing got a lot better. So I'm so excited to talk about that. But while we're here, let's talk about episode 12. So we find out in this episode, Miranda is dating an up-and-coming playwright, Thomas John Anderson. So he's played by John Benjamin Hickey. Yes, they both have three names. Now, he may look familiar if you watch the Gossip Girl reboot. He played Roy Sachs in that. Okay, so the idea is things are going great between them except for one thing. After sex, he immediately has to jump out of bed and take a shower. So we get a montage of orgasms, then showers. She decides to confront him with this when he dries off. She says, "Hey, what's with the showers? I'm starting to feel like it's me," and he dismisses it as a habit he has. Growing up, he was told sex was a sin, so if he showered after, he just feels better about it. So she realizes she's dating the Catholic guy. So Carrie and Miranda meet up for a walk, and they're talking about what's going on with Miranda's guy. And she says, "Leave it to me to find the only religious guy in Manhattan." So it kind of leads into Carrie's article from the week. She's writing about a relationship, the religion of the 90s. So she sees people leaving church, and dun dun dun, somebody looks familiar. He's there wearing Armani on Sunday. We see Big with his mom, and funny enough, IMDb credits her as Mrs. Big before we learned his name. Okay, so this is played by Marion, I'll never say her last name right, Seldes, who also played in Mona Lisa's Smile. So you guys, this is where Carrie bugs me, okay? I'm not trying to hate on her. I know I've given her a lot of flack since and just like that. But back in the original show, I was neither hot nor cold for Carrie. There were parts that I liked her, parts that she bugged me. This is one where she bugged me. She can't just let Big have this thing. Big has this thing with his mother that he does every Sunday. He goes to church. She can't just let him have it. She has to make it weird. She constantly needs like this validation from him. And it's kind of odd, right? I mean, later she addresses it and he tells her this is just something I do with my mom, but she can't let it go. She has to push and push and push and try to take it over and make it her thing. And for one, I mean, not for once, but sometimes I agree with Big, and here I do, that just be cool. Let him have it with his mom. He asks what she's doing there. She says she's researching closet Presbyterians. Know any? He says, actually, he's an atheist. Don't tell the minister. So again, this is where we find out every Sunday this is a ritual he does with his mother. Carrie writes on Sunday, so she's usually not around him anyway. They leave. She says, God bless. Okay, so then we go to Charlotte, Miranda, and Carrie. Carrie's saying, you know, it's sweet that he goes with his mother. Miranda starts to mount the guy she's seeing and how he has to have a shower after sex. And then we see Sam shows up late. Sam looks gorgeous. She said she just had a 5-hour lunch with James. Ooh la la. She says, I have an announcement. I'm in love. Everybody is shocked, including me. I forgot that she liked James so much. I do remember when reading about, you know, the series in general, she wanted to have one of her storylines as she meets a man at a jazz club, because that's actually how she met her ex-husband. So she meets him at a jazz club. So he comes up to her at the club and says, I noticed how you move to the music. May I join you? Very suave. So he's James. He's played by a guy named James Goodwin, who was also on Guiding Light. So she recounts how the night went and that she did not ask him up, you know, after the date. And it's shocking for her. So he asked to see her again. She says, I'd love that. And And he just kind of touches her face, and she just was talking about how much that meant to her. So Sam says this could be it. This could be somebody I marry, which shocks Charlotte to her core, causing her to go see this psychic, Noni Sky. She's renowned. She asks when she'll get married. Funny thing about this scene, you can actually visibly see a mic boom in one of the shots here where they're doing the cards. Okay, so she asks about getting married, and the psychic says, I don't see it. And Charlotte says, what about my feelings? She says, I'm a psychic, not a therapist. From here, we go to Carrie's, where she's with Big, and she just cannot help herself. She has to invite herself to church. She says, I want to go to church with you and your mommy. He explains it's a private thing my mother and I do, just the two of us. And he ends up trying to change the subject by inviting her to the Caribbean. That they both could use a vacation. She says she can't afford it. He says, I'll get the tickets. You buy me a margarita. Yes, Big can be an ass, and he's deflecting here. But I see it as, hey, your boyfriend just asked you for the first getaway together. That's a milestone. Go, have a good time. See how compatible you are on vacation, because that says a lot. But nope, Carrie gets in her own head and doesn't get why she can't barge in on church with Big and his mom. So right here, Miranda and Catholic guy, they go at it again. He wants to go in the shower. She tries to hold on to him. I could only put this picture here because there's nudity. But she tries to hold on to him and says, listen, there's nothing sinful about sex. Well, he absolutely loses his mind. Oh, it's the gospel according to Miranda. How great. Great news. I'm not going to hell. Like, just totally loses it. Just overreacts. So he says, I'm going to take a shower. When I come out, I'd like it if you weren't here. So she leaves. That's that. We never hear from this guy again. We do find out he had a hit Broadway play, Shower of Shame. Meanwhile, Samantha, James, and his tiny penis, they decide. So they start to climb in bed together. They're saying they love each other. Can't wait any longer. He unzips, and she says, okay. Put it in, and he says, oh, it isn't. She prayed that he was kidding, but he wasn't. So from there, we go to Sunday morning. Of course, Carrie has to go spy on Big and his mom because Carrie's the a-hole here. She brings Miranda with her. They're observing. So she brought Miranda, so they're supposed to leave and go get eggs, but when they stand up, the Bible falls. Everybody looks up at her. And yeah, the gig is up. Big is not happy to see her up there. And I gotta agree with him. It's intrusive. If you told somebody you were dating, hey, I just need to do this thing, and they showed up, wouldn't you be like, what's going on? What's happening? I thought we talked about this. Okay. So she hangs out afterwards. She does meet Mom, and Big introduces her as his friend Carrie. So he rightly says, you show up after I told you not to. Are you trying to test me? And he explains she just doesn't need to meet another one of my girlfriends. Have faith, we'll get there. Okay. Miranda finds Carrie in a pew. She tells her, listen, I didn't leave. You didn't seem fine. And Carrie, of course, is being neurotic, explaining he didn't introduce her to his mother, just kind of as a friend. That's not a good sign. Meanwhile, at the Church of Disco, Stanford invites everybody. There's this product lunch called Fallen Angel. His new boyfriend is there, and his name's Alon. They went shopping for Art Deco cabinet handles for his armoire today. So Stanford asks her about the vacation. Then we go over to Miranda, who's getting a drink, and who's there but Skipper. He says he's been thinking about her since they broke up, and she looks great. Meanwhile, in the bathroom, the girls ask Samantha if she slept with James yet, and she says, yeah, it's nice, but then immediately bursts into tears. And she tells them all James has a small dick. So she says it's really small. It's too small. She says it's 3 inches hard. She said it's like a gherkin. And Sam is crying, saying she's a bad person. Why does he have to have such a small you-know-what? And I really like him. And she says, when I orally take care of him, it's like nothing. So the only thing I can she said she can talk to him about anything, but she can't talk to him about this. Charlotte pretends like she has another party to go to, but actually she takes a cab to go see another psychic. They crack an egg, no yolk. That means you're married. You'll never be married. You're cursed. But for $100, we can remove that curse. Charlotte realizes she's been duped and is just like, never mind. She leaves. She says she refused to give in to that not getting married thing. As she's walking away, she spots a cute guy. She feels much better about things. 3 a.m. in the church disco, Miranda invites Skipper back to her house. He says, I knew we'd get back together. I've been praying and lighting candles about it. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. Sam and James have sex. She's crying. He's like, are you okay? And she says, yeah, I'm just so happy. Then we go over to Carrie. She stayed up all night questioning her faith in faith. And faith that the withholding would stop. Faith that he would say, I love you. She is staring at him out the window. He says, come on, we're going to miss the plane. She makes him put down her luggage, and they have a talk. She says, I need a sign. I'm losing my faith. I need a sign. And he says, what, like a voice from above? And she says, tell me I'm the one. And I'm thinking, again, you guys haven't been together that long. I understand needing reassurance, especially from somebody like him that dates a lot of women, but tell me I'm the one is a bit strong. She says, you don't have to tell your mother or the whole world. Just tell me. He stares at her. He can't do it. He says, just get in the car, please. And she says, I can't do this. And he says, so that's it? And he leaves. He ends up taking off. She says, I can't do this. I love you, but I can't. So again, he leaves. There's a voiceover that says, after he left, I cried for a week. But I have faith in myself. One day, I will meet someone that will be sure that I'm the one. And I'm like, Carrie, come on. You haven't been dating him that long. You know what he's like. You're putting all this unnecessary pressure on things. I think it's too much. I think, of course, he's scared off. You scared the crap out of him. And believe me, I know Mr. Big is no angel. Good Lord. But I put this one a Carrie's fault on this one. So that's it for season 1. I am loving these episodes. I'm so excited to get into season 2. So much stuff coming at us. Remember, she dates the Yankee. We get to meet Susan Sharon in season 2. The single and fabulous ? Episode is in season 2. And we get to meet Steve in season 2. So lots of fun stuff we are going to jump right into. I'm so excited. And I'm so just thankful that you're here. And I appreciate every single one of you. Feel free to leave me comments, ask me questions, whatever you need. I'm here. Thanks for everything. Thanks for all your support, and I hope you have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.